What I have in my hand here is one of the leading contraceptions in the world, in layman's term, the condom. And I don't know what's more awkward, standing in front of all my peers and my teacher with it, or when I had to go buy it yesterday. Driving to Walgreens, it was a great idea, but when I got into the parking lot, I was like, am I really about to go do this? I'm walking in and my palms are sweaty and my heart is just beating like crazy. Everyone's looking at me, and I'm looking over my shoulder, and it's like I'm about to rob the place. That's how I felt. And so I'm just glad that I won't have to do that for a long time, because I'm choosing abstinence. But in all reality, I brought this state for those people in here that I cannot convince to choose abstinence. And the relevance is the fact that everyone in here will have to choose whether or not you're going to go for abstinence or you're going to go for sex. And so for those of you who are open to it, and for those of you who are not open to it, I want you to hear me out, both of you. For those of you who are already open to it, I want you to become more rooted and more confident in the fact that you're standing for something, that you feel like it's more logical to go that route. And for those of you who are closed-minded to it, I just want you to consider it and give mind to it. And the fact that I'm credible is I'm doing it. I'm leaving abstinence. I have a long-term relationship, and we are embracing abstinence. So in this speech, I'm going to talk about abstinence. And no, I'm not here to slam sex. I'm not here to judge those of you who have had sex. And I'm not going to flash disgusting pictures behind me to scare you away from having sex. I'm just going to talk about why I think abstinence is smarter. And I have 3 points. My first point is the fact that it's a huge emotional commitment. Consider the average relationship in high school. The silly ones a week, the rocky ones a month, and maybe even the serious ones a year. And no, I'm not slamming relationships. I'm just thinking logically, think about the average relationship. Are you willing to give that much to that one person that you might never ever see again? And even college after that, there's so many complications. And so for some of you, that will sit well with you, and that's okay. But for me, that's not okay to be able to give away something that's so big, something you might not, to see someone that you might never see again. And also the fact of the matter is that 5 out of the 12 in here who have said they have had sex regret it. There's at least one instance where the 5 out of the 12 regret it. So for you to even, venture out and jeopardize that you might regret something, why would you want to do that? I want to wait for the person that I know I'll never regret it if I wait for my spouse. Not only so, but I don't think we're ready, psychologically and mentally. Psychologists at WebMD.com reported a sizable percent reported negative consequences such as feeling used or feeling bad. And I think that stems from the fact that we're not ready. I mean, we're still in school. We're still getting our minds molded by the classes and the courses we're taking, and we're still growing physically. So I don't think that we're ready for this. My point, too, is getting pregnant. 468,988 babies are born each year to teenage mothers, according to AmericanPregnancy.org. And 4% of all teenagers give birth each year, CDC.gov. And so my point is no one's ready for that. No one can honestly raise their hand right now and say you want a baby. We're in high school, one of the best times in our life, when we're making friends and we're making memories and we're leaving behind a legacy. Why would you want to jeopardize all of that and possibly have a kid? And it's also harder to finish high school. The CDC.gov reports only half of all pregnant teens complete high school. So I'm just saying, don't put your trust into a small piece of latex or any contraceptive for that matter, because they all have a margin of error. Go with abstinence, which has 100%. My last point, I promised no picks, but I'm still going to bring up STDs. 1 in 4 teens will contract an STD. 65 million Americans have an STD, and 19 million new cases are done each year. And those are the only ones reported. And that's all from AmericanSexualHealthAssociation.org. And so consider your 3 best friends, and for the sake of the argument, say you're all sexually active. 1 of you will contract an STD. In this row, there's 4 of you. 1 of you, if you were all sexually active, will contract an STD. Or in that row, in that row, in that row. It doesn't matter which row. But think about, are you really willing to risk that? Because they're a nuisance. And honestly, no one definitely wants an STD. And they're going to cost you time and money, and you might actually have to explain it to your spouse one day. And so I just think it's great to wait. And so now that you've seen my speech and you've seen my 3 points, I hope those of you who are open to it, I hope you're more rooted and more confident in your stance. And for those of you who weren't open to it, I just hope you consider my logic and that somehow it affects your future decisions. And so now when someone asks you your favorite sex position, you can say, mine's the virgin. It's where you stand there with closed legs, waiting for the right person to come along.
wait for those condoms. Okay, I don't want them on my desk.